Yo, it's your boy City Warner 77 coming back at you live and direct with another video. So I've been doing some research and talking to different people. For a lot of my friends and people in the community know I started a little page on my Facebook page called the Black Preppers, and it's not really just to focus on black prepping, but minority preppers, whether it be Latino, underprivileged white people, blacks, Hispanic, whoever. It's just a matter of just getting adjusted and learning what's going on around you and open up some great discussion in the forum so the platform can be positive, intellectual. You can really get some knowledge from it. One of my buddies, LeRon Harris, who likes to work out a lot, always talk about gains. And that's what I'm trying to achieve in my life. I'm getting older. I'm starting to be more politically conscious, being aware of things around me, thinking about my family, my self-protection, and some of the rights that was passed on to me that I didn't know about, that I'm learning about now. So I'm real active in the Second Amendment. So I said, how can I contribute as far as, letting people know what's going on? So that's why I could try to start this YouTube page, the Facebook page, Black Preppers, my channel. Like and subscribe if you like, share the video. City Warner 77, and it's about, I'm trying to get into gun reviews, different discussions about different topics, political topics, everyday life, EDC gear. Really trying to work on the prepping aspect. I haven't really gotten to that yet. I got a couple bug out bags and different things like that, so I'm trying to figure out how to get into that, but that's a later video. So anyway, so let's get right into it. So today I want to talk about home defense. Big topic, especially the way things is going on now. Is really crazy out here, right? And I get a lot of questions asked to me, what's the best gun to use to protect yourself, whether you're about, or especially when you buckle down at home, your family, everybody's asleep, what's the best thing to use? And what I normally tell people from what I'm learning over the last year and a half is that any gun is good. I think I'd rather have some type of firearm to protect my family when we lay down, versus having any. Now, over the time, I learned that with some experience that I think different tools are used for different applications might be a little bit better options. But that's neither here nor there. That's up for discussion. You guys have different suggestions, like and put them in the comment box. We talk about it like I like to do with a lot of my followers. So I'm just going to dive right into it. Some of the things that I think that I have and what are different options, and you can tell me what you think is better. So the first thing I get asked, what about a pistol? Well, I think one thing about a firearm, whether it be a revolver, a semi-automatic, handgun, is that one, you should train with the weapon, know how to deal with it in malfunctions, and know how to deal with it under stress, and also maintain your firearms so that when you press the trigger, that it goes bang. You can't buy a gun and put it in the safe and it rusts. Then all of a sudden you have never shot it and something malfunctions because you haven't maintained the upkeep on it, and you want to use it to defend your life and your loved ones. All of a sudden it doesn't work. And that's a topic for another video. I believe that you should at least, maintain your firearms at least once or twice a month if you don't do a lot of shooting. I do a lot of shooting, so I try to go do at least once a week. But that's just my application. So let's get right into it. So one of the first things I believe that you should have is some type of firearm. So some people say, what about a pistol? So here I have my SIG P320 compact, and yes, it is loaded. Nothing in the chamber for you safety nuts, as I'm making this video, but I do keep them dangered up. My trigger safety is this right here and this. But anyway, so will I say, would this be a good gun for home defense? Of course. It looks tactical and cool, but I also paid the money to make it where if I wanted to use this for my carry piece, which I do sometimes, or for a home defense situation, one, I changed the sights out to night sights, so if I had to wake up and grab it and my light isn't working, at least I can still get a good shot picture, right? Because it's important to know what's beyond your target and make sure that you can actually put the shots on target. That's really important. People get that confused, but you have to be able to be held accountable for every projectile that leaves this bore. Okay. So anyway, so like I have a light, strobe, and what that does is disorientate people with the strobe. But you want to be able to identify your target and be reasonable if you ever had to use this. But if an intruder's breaking while you sleep and you're in distress, you know, if you don't train under stress, you know you get tunnel vision. It's either fight or flight. But with that being said, you know, I think it's good to have lights on your weapons. This is a 9mm. Some people worry about over penetration. That's a possibility if you live in an urban area like apartments, hotels, condos, townhouses, even houses. Even in Chicago, they have some houses that's really close together. So you keep in mind, if you don't have time to break the right shot, you know, the best thing to do is barricade yourself somewhere and call for the police. And if somebody busts through the door and that's your last resort, then fine. But you still want to be kind of reasonable when you're shooting these things inside of a house and be responsible for what comes out of this bore. So a 9mm is great, whether it be 40, 45, 357 SIG. I recommend hollow points because it's a defensive ammo. Ball ammo, you know, over penetrates. It's really used for target shooting practice, but to each his own. Some people might not be able to afford that. I understand. But I think this is a great, you know, keep something with some capacity. This has 15+1 in it. So that's 16 shots, which God forbid you want to use 16 shots in a house. But if you had to, you gotta do what you gotta do. So this one has light on it, and this is a nice one. I also have what we got here. This is a subcompact. This is a single stack, and yes, it's hot. This one has hollow point ammo as well, but this is 8 shots. Now, there's no light on this, right? So what I recommend is always having a light. If you're gonna use something like this for home defense, with no light and no rail, you wanna have a handheld light so you can assess, whether you do it here or whatever, your target. You don't want to shoot your loved ones or your dog or pets, whatever. You know, you want to be able to identify, if you decide to use this, you know, who you're shooting at. So some people say, what about long guns? Well, I got a few. So like here's one. They talk about the AR platform, right? This is great. Obviously, this one has a scope on it for a little bit longer distance shooting, but you know, I believe with long guns, you should definitely have a sling that you can put on yourself. So God forbid, you know, you have to use this. Can't nobody take this away from you and turn it around and shoot you, because it's just pretty much impossible for that to happen. So if you want to use a long gun, you definitely want to have a sling on your long guns. Rifle rounds travel pretty far. So if you're on a farm or a house that has a lot of land, you know, I think a AR-15 style rifle, or even a AK, which is one of my favorites, which is definitely a powerful round. This 7.62x39 is a really powerful round. But using something like this in a townhouse, I'm not too sure. I just know this can go through somebody, 2 or 3 people, and the wall and cement. You know, to each his own. I wouldn't recommend it, because legally, if it overpenetrates and hits somebody else in another building or the wall, you're gonna have some civil issues if they even let you off. But that's another story. What I like to recommend is, I think a better home defense is the shotgun. Now this, in my opinion, is one of the most versatile tools that you can have for home defense. And the reason why I say that is because, yes, it doesn't have the capacity of a rifle that has 30+ rounds in it, but you know, you got a versatility of the load you can use. You can use birdshot. I wouldn't recommend slugs, but double out buck, which is normally 33 or 38mm pellets can shoot per second, velocity per second, which is devastating. But this here, and yes, it's clear, and it's an 18.5-inch barrel. So for maneuvering through a house, which I really wouldn't recommend, especially if you don't have any training or trying to clear a house in close quarter combat, I wouldn't recommend it either. But if you had to go search for a love room, like a child, or they're on a different floor than you are or whatever, you know, you can actually maneuver this without bumping into the wall, you know. And it just the lethality of a shotgun, man, is just like unheard of. It's like you definitely want to be calling into this. That's a big bore. Okay, so what coming out of here is going to be very lethal. It's going to be a bad day. I mean, getting shot by anything, period, probably is a fucked up day. But definitely you don't want to be in front of one of these. So it just depends on the application, man. I suggest you learn your local laws for your state. Some states have what they call castle doctrine, where you can actually, inside your home dwelling, you can protect yourself. Um, some states have what they call the retreat law, where they want you to barricade yourself, call the police, and hopefully no one comes and tries to attack you or the commission of a felony, which means like rape or robbery, whatever. Then some people have stand your ground law, which Illinois is a stand your ground law state, which means you have a right to defend yourself as long as you're being reasonable and there's equal force needed to be issued, especially if you feel they want to do bodily harm or commission of a felony. And that's something you can research as well. But so you got a lot of different options. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas and what I think you should have. Again, if you can afford a 22 pistol and that's all you have, great. It's better than nothing. Normally, if you look up any statistics, it takes any police, especially in the urban area, it takes 3 to 5 minutes for them to respond, even if they're in the area. That's a lot of fucking time. I don't know if you guys ever been into a fight or some type of bad situation. 3 to 5 minutes is a long time. You'd be surprised. So if somebody's trying to threaten your life or your loved ones, that shit can seem like an eternity. So with that being said, if you legally can purchase firearms, I believe that you should. But I also believe you should train with them, maintain them, know how they function. And I also recommend, I forgot, some good ear protection. I keep a pair of electronic ears by my bed so I can also hear and not give away, because you need to have tactics, some type of tactics dealing with firearms. You don't want to be gun-ho Rambo and shit, running around the house trying to clear a house and shooting at anything that moves that's a silhouette. It's going to be a bad day for you. I recommend you having great ear protection, the proper gear, proper tools, lights on your guns, and now that just the mental capacity to think and not be so ready to pull the trigger, but also be ready to pull the trigger if you have to, if your life is being threatened or someone that you love is being threatened. But yeah, so I don't know what you guys think. It's just a couple options, man. I don't really feel that one is better than the other. I think it depends on the application, right? These are tools. I'll give you an example. Some people might not be able to shoot this. Well, I also have, and yes, this is loaded, I also have a pistol grip shotgun, right? A lot of people like these. Ghost ring sights. Obviously, you see a sling, and yes, it's loaded. But, same thing acquired. You have to train with it. This is a devastating weapon. It's also inexpensive. I love shotguns. You can get a good shotgun for $200, and $100 of round ammo for $40. So, if that's the only thing you have, and you legally can buy a firearm in your state and your city, you have the right validations. Hey, this isn't a bad way to start. I started off with a semi-automatic handgun. It cost me $700. But the more I train and more knowledgeable I get and talking to people, training, taking classes, I would have picked this first. One, it's more inexpensive, and two, this is a stopper. Home invasion, armed robbery, this is lethal. This is knockdown power. You guys talk about knockdown power? Here you go. You don't want to, like I said, be in front of a board that big. That's a bad day. And yes, this one has the fiber optic sights for high vis, light, laser, ghost ring sight aperture. Put a small sight settle on the back for extra slugs and double out bullets and stuff like that. But again, sling, all these different things. I recommend you taking a fighting tactical shotgun class, or fighting carbine class, or even defensive pistol. Hell, basic pistol. Just don't go buy these because they look cute and you think it's cool. I love guns too, like any other guy. But you have to train. You gotta know what you're doing. This shit is not a game. It's for real. I try to be knowledgeable and be honest with you guys. I'm not some paid motherfucker that's getting sponsored, right? I got a baby channel, but I try to put it out there and give it to you as real as I can. So this is just my opinion. So whether you pick a shotgun, 12 gauge, 20 gauge, 410 gauge, 16 gauge, up to you. It's what you can handle. And I think you should also train everybody in your family that's old enough to be able to help defend, because 15 people breaking your house and on you one person, I don't care how good you are, that's going to be a bad day. But when you can give something to your wife, your spouse, or your older kids, whatever, at least you got a fighting chance until the authorities get there to help you. So, and that's another topic for another day. So anyway, just thought I'd make a quick video, man. So for some of my subscribers and my people, and just to talk about home defense, what's the best gun? So I see some videos, they have the top 5 guns, or the best space age gun, all this bullshit. Hey, listen, like I said, man, at the end of the day, it's my job as a man and a husband, as a father, as a law-abiding citizen to, 1, uphold the law, 2, protect my family, follow all the gun safety rules, and protect others. And I think I'll be blessed, and I think I live long. I don't think you should buy these tools and commit any type of felonies and try to intimidate people and take things from people, hardworking people. I think they're tools. They're also fun for sporting. You can learn planking. They got IWB, like leagues you can get into and make money. They're great tools. They're fun. They teach the family. They're also deadly. But they don't kill people. People kill people with these tools. So let's stop that bullshit too. I'm tired of hearing it. It's ridiculous. I haven't shot anybody, and I have an artillery here, but I'm responsible with it. I'm responsible around my kids, my wife. I try to teach my wife and my kids how to respect them, their tools, and that's it. It's my responsibility not to leave them lying out so they don't get stolen and kill people with them. Somebody take them do something bad. It's also my responsibility to lock them away from my kids and keep them safe. That's my job, and that's your job. So anybody else got a problem with that? Hey, you have to deal with the consequences. It's just my way of outlet to teach you guys what I'm learning. I'm learning every day. I'm not saying I'm some guy to know every fucking thing about guns, right? You learn, you talk, you communicate, you meet people, and that's what happens. So, hey, like I said, you got a single stack, 9mm, you can have a 45, you can have a tactical compact with the light on it, search and assess type of deal, and it's great, it's beautiful, costs money, like I said, you can have an AR, which a lot of people like. They say that's America's gun, and that's fine, that's your opinion. I don't agree with that either, but it's just a lot of different things. Like I said, this is one of my favorites. It's this AK, right? Beautiful, deadly gun as well, light on it, EOTech, same thing police and army use, and all those different things, great, right? But it has to be the right tool for the right job, if that makes sense. And you guys saw the shotguns earlier, so it's really up to you guys. Learn, research, talk to people, comment, and you learn, and I think it'll work out. So that's just my opinion. I just wanted to make a quick video. I've made a video in a week or so, trying to get it together. I just work hard like everybody else. I'd be tired. I said, you know what, it's 1:30 here, right? And I have to be at work 12 hours tomorrow, but hey, I'm gonna give my subscribers and new people that might want to have some information put out there. That's what I'm doing. So I'm trying to get committed to the channel. Maybe it'll grow. So anyway, I'm about to go to bed. Gotta go to work. This your boy City 1 to 77 signing out. You guys stay safe. Like and subscribe to the channel if you could. I appreciate your support. Much respect. To all my regular followers that watch my videos, leave some comments. Check out my Black Preppers page on Facebook. Yeah, man, I appreciate the support, man. And it's your boy. Holla back. Peace. Side Town. Stand up.